All right, this is the second part. Hopefully I can finish this in 2 parts. Let's see. Second part of the lab that has deployment, untainting, and service with exposure. So when I left off on part 1, I had not labeled the deployment. So let's first of all, let's refresh our memory. This is our requirements and deployment and exposure. So let's see if we can do labeling. So K label minus H, label pods. I wonder if we can label deployments. Let's give it a shot. Anyway, label, and what's the K label pods, blah, 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 name, and then whatever the label is. Okay, so let's look at the requirement one more time. Let's see what this takes. K label deploy. Name of the deployment is foo-deploy, and label is foo::bar. This one label update is required. Maybe foo equals bar. That's because I misspelled the name of the deployment. Getting warmer. Okay, there's the label. There's the label for the deployment. Now we have to expose. So let's look at the requirement one more time. We have to expose it as a node port type. So if there are 2 types of services that we can run, you can do a node port. That means service will basically will be available on a port on the node, not a publicly available IP on the cluster. So and I think actually node port is actually public, cluster IP is not it's private. So all right, so the parameters are node port, this is the name, and port 80 and node ports, and port that's the port 80. It didn't say which one is the backend. So we know nginx runs on port 80, so that must be the backend, and this is the front end port. Okay, so let's look at let's get some help on expose. K expose minus H. Grab an example. So let's expose deployment port 80 . So that's an example we can live with to start off. So let's look at the requirement again. Let's see if we can match them up. Okay, expose deployment. Name of the deployment is foo-dep, and then port is 80. Port is what's available. So let's it already says that. So port equals 80, and target port equals 32001. Name would be foo-nodeport-service, and the type would be, see, here's type. There are many types, looks like. Okay, that's fine. So we just do node port, and misspell node port. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, deployment target port not found. Okay, well, in the example, we have target dash port. What did I do wrong? Target. Oh, I didn't put dash in front of it. So almost out of time. Hopefully this works. Unsupported type node port. I think we have to do that. There, I'm out of time. Anyway, you get the idea. Expose the deployment with certain parameters to get the service out. I hope you find it useful. If you do, please like and subscribe. That really helps me with the A2 algorithm. And I will see you next time.